Hi, I'm Crystal, and I'm here today with some cards and a matching shaker tag. So these cards, I started as a birthday card for my husband and a tag for his birthday gift, but I think these would be good for a retirement celebration or any other significant day, maybe a graduation. So I did an inlaid background. So I cut out the vintage alarm clock. It's called Tock. And then I inlaid one color into the other, so I got a twofer since I had to cut it out twice. And I did the same with the letters making the word day, so the only thing I had to cut out extra was the word lucky. And then I used the same die to make this shaker tag, which I thought would be super cute on the gift. So this entire project was really inspired by recent Tim Holtz Live. He's had a vault release of these words, and I happen to have one of the sets from its original release, so I have not been shopping, but this overlay of the script word over the block word was shown in the live, and both of the inspiration projects were by the same creator. So I'm going to show you these inspiration projects that kicked me off down this path. I thought they were just lovely, even though they weren't something I wanted to case and recreate. So Zoe Hillman was the creator, but you can see here she did Winter Vacation, and then she did a second project that is World Travel. So I just like that combination of fonts and wanted to make a similar project. So I did use Tim Holtz dies throughout, and I want to call out that most of them are not symmetrical. Now that's not a critique, I'm just saying that you have to be careful about whether you've picked up the front or the back, because you can't flip stuff over. So I cut this steel rule die out of this heavy cardboard, and I cut it out, I think that's 6 times, and just stacked up the various die cuts to make my shaker frame. Now because I had recently opened this modeling paste, I did go ahead and tint the modeling paste with some acrylic paint to cover the sides of the shaker. I think that's a little bit extra. I don't know it's really required, but it did make a nice smooth side for the shaker well that I had put together out of cardboard. So you certainly can make your shaker well out of paper. I think it would take more layers to get a good deep well. But I've also done it out of fun foam. I just didn't happen to have any fun foam of the appropriate color for this particular project. So this was easy enough to do. The die that I used for the alarm clock is a steel rule die, so it had no trouble with the thick cardboard. And then once I had my well put together, I just laid down a shape that I had cut out roughly from some transparency film. I got that when we were moving offices. I think it's a lifetime supply. And then once it had dried, I filled up my shaker well and then put on another layer of transparency film so it's clear on both sides, and then a decorative layer to cover up the cardboard that made the shaker well. So I thought that turned out really well. It was easy to do with supplies I had on hand. Thought the cards were awfully cute, and I hope that my husband really enjoys this, but I couldn't stop. So I got out some more steel rule dies. I got out the vintage telephone, and I made some hello there cards with the vintage telephone and the letter dies. And I thought those were just darling. So really appreciate Zoe Hillman, and I'm a fan. Thanks for joining me today.